Sevens, welcome to your Wednesday math lesson. So in our last lesson, we were talking about different types of angles. We had, if it was a really small angle, it was called an acute. If it was a really big angle, it was called obtuse. And if it was like a perfect 90 degrees, so straight up and over, or it has that little square in the corner, it's called a right angle. So we're going to use those names of angles for types of triangles. So the different types of triangles are named after the types of angles that they have in them. Usually, when you have a sheet and it's asking you for what types of triangles that they are, it will give you in the corner that little angle symbol, like a little circle. So a little part of a circle, like that curve, or it'll give you that little square to show you what type of angle it has in it. The rule basically works that if it has a right angle in it, so an angle that goes straight up and over, it goes straight up and over, or something like this, or it can even sometimes look like this, but it has that little square in the corner, you know it is a right triangle because it has a right angle. So a right triangle and a right angle. So this first triangle right here is therefore called a right triangle because it has a right angle, and it's showing us that little right angle with that little square in the corner. So right triangle. The next triangle we have is called an obtuse triangle. The reason it's called an obtuse triangle is because it has that obtuse angle. As you can see right here, it has that really big wide angle. You'll notice though, with the right and obtuse triangles, only one of those angles is going to be a right angle, or one is going to be an obtuse angle. The other two angles, so this one here and this one here, this one here and this one here, are all acute. Even though they have two other acute angles, so there's two really small angles, you need to look at which one angle it has that kind of sticks out. So if it has that right symbol, that little square in the bottom, or if it is straight up and over, or if it has this big really wide angle, that's how you can tell what type of triangle that it is. Because it has that one angle that kind of sticks out from the others. The last angle we have is called an acute triangle. So it has an acute angle. So you can see right here, this is an acute angle because it's really small. There's something unique about an acute triangle though. And this is how you can easily tell it apart from the other two triangles, is all three angles, so 1, 2, and 3, is you can see all those three angles are really small. They're all acute angles. So if it is an acute triangle, it means all three angles are less than 90 degrees. So they're all small. This is where it's different from the other two, because the other two only have one angle that's different from the others. An acute triangle has all three angles, so all three angles are acute. So all three angles are less than 90 degrees. Obtuse angle only has one angle that's wider than 90 degrees, but it has to have one angle that is bigger than 90 degrees. So one angle bigger than 90 degrees. So 90 degrees is that right angle. So if it has one angle that is bigger than that right angle, wider than the right angle, it is an obtuse triangle. Right triangle has one right angle. So if that triangle has one right angle in it, so even if it looks like this, or if it looks like this, but they have these little right angles, that's how you know it's a right triangle, because there's one angle that is a right angle. And that's essentially it. So you have your three different types of triangles. Right triangle and obtuse triangle only have one angle that is different and one angle that will tell you what type of triangle it is. Acute triangles, all three angles will be acute. Okay, so that's what you're going to be working on today, is looking at the types of angles that we learned from Monday. We're going to apply them to types of triangles. That's how you can label these types of triangles, is right triangle, obtuse triangle, or acute triangle. And that is what we're going to work on. Next time we're also going to be working on triangles again, but we're going to be talking about other names that triangles can go by. But for now, we're keeping it to the types of angles. So similar to the sheet that you had last time, where you basically just wrote out the types of angles that they were, you're going to be given a bunch of triangles and you write out the types of triangles that they are. Be sure to email me if you have any questions, and I will answer them as soon as possible. And otherwise, I will see you on Friday.